Hey everybody, and welcome to Discover Vancouver, Washington. Today I'm in Hazel Dell neighborhood looking at a place that's under 400,000. Now, this is kind of an anomaly, but lately I've been seeing places in the range from, high threes to high fours that are in decent neighborhoods and are relatively affordable for the area. Something that you can buy as a first-time home buyer, or maybe someone living in a condo who's looking to upgrade. If you have a family and you just need some more space. I'm seeing quite a few of these, let's term them bargains out there. So let's go in and see what we can get for under 400,000 in Vancouver. Okay, so I'm approaching the house here, and you can see it's got a metal roof, definitely kind of older. The good thing about these is they last for a long time, and so that's pretty good. Generally the siding looks in good condition, and the windows, just on first glance, look a little bit newer, so that's good. The house lies in the Hazel Dell West neighborhood, which if I had to pick, I definitely like Hazel Dell West over Hazel Dell East. So that's good, and like I said, it's on a cul-de-sac, so a little bit quieter. Neighbors' places looked well kept, which is always a good sign, and so I'm looking at this pretty good so far. Looking at the garage doors, they definitely look older, and I did see some light coming through, so one of those things to maybe keep an eye on, something that's functional but might have to be replaced at some point soon-ish. And I think that's the theme we're gonna find in this house, is it needs a lot of work, but it's also habitable, and if you're willing to put in a little bit of sweat, it's a pretty good deal. So, the front door looks like it's got, some broken glass. It's got kind of a beat up door, but like I said, keeps people out. Floors look like kind of a hardwood laminate, and they look in pretty decent condition. I see some scratches, but generally they look pretty good, and you have this kind of electric fireplace here. So that looks good. I love this big window that looks out onto the surrounding area. It gives you a lot of natural light. Got some popcorn ceiling that you can kind of get rid of or keep at your discretion. Could deal with some painting. So that's kind of going to be the theme here is, for under 400, you're looking at, the most important thing I think is like the house is in habitable condition and it's in a decent neighborhood where you feel safe. And so the other stuff here is going to be, going to be paint and kind of sweat equity stuff. So really the comps for this neighborhood are in the mid fours, if not a little higher. So, if you're able to put in that sweat equity and kind of fix it up, you're looking to do quite well. It kind of comes into this formal dining room here. You can see some stains on the floor. That would be something, looks like maybe some water intrusion at some point, or pet stains, hard to say. So you might have to get that replaced. Again, big window for natural light to come in, which is great. And I'm gonna actually go to the bedrooms here and take you through. So, it does kind of have a little bit of a musty smell, but that's probably just, that's something that you're gonna have to investigate with one of these places. So there could be some surprises. Bathroom, this does look like a foreclosure, because when you see the tape on the toilet, that typically means it hasn't been lived in for a while. But I did turn on the water, it works. And so again, this is something that you're gonna be able to use, but is really gonna need some work. But it's something that if you have like very basic home improvement DIY skills, you're gonna be able to accomplish, and you're gonna push a lot of equity into this place. And the shower, again, it needs to be remodeled. I'm not gonna lie about that. And so you get into the bedroom here, carpet's kind of older, kind of stained. Again, I see people have kind of pulled up the carpet here to see. And so I'm not seeing hardwoods down here. Just looks like subflooring. So that's something where you can put in some laminate to match, and that's gonna drive the price up too and just make it nicer. But Again, nice window, look, it's out. You know, it's on the smaller side for bedrooms, but not like, I've seen a lot smaller, so it's pretty decent. Closet over here. Oh, that's nice. I think this is a home from the 70s. So you got some funky green carpet. I love to see funky green carpet because it turns people off, but it says to me like carpet's easy to replace, and again, driving up that price eventually when I go to sell. So, you know, if this is your first home, this isn't, you know, it's not necessarily gonna be your forever home, but you're gonna do very well here if you're able to kind of see past the cosmetic stuff and just focus on what it can look like. You gotta have a vision. This is the master, and it is a really good size, and it has a suite here. Again, we see that taped toilet, so we know that it's most likely it's a foreclosure. But, you know, the fixtures are old, but they work. Like you move in, you can wash your hands, you can take a shower, but at some point you're gonna need to fix this. So I can smell some kind of mold in here. So again, that's something you're gonna look at. It's probably just your run-of-the-mill mold, but again, a lot of this stuff's gonna come up on inspection, and for $385 is the listing price. That is pretty unheard of for a home in this area. Over here, you got, again, funky old carpet. I'm not scared. Some purple paint with some fairy wallpaper on here. I don't know, do you keep it? It's up to you. I don't know what you're into. Maybe you're into fairies. It's okay. The light coming in, again, this looks out on outside, and you know, you just kind of get a view of the neighborhood here, but it's just nice to have those good sized windows. Again, decent sized bedroom, and it doesn't super scare me. So we're gonna head out here into that formal dining room. And again, we're gonna go into the kitchen. Actually, the flooring on the kitchen looks in pretty good shape. Again, nothing you need to replace immediately. Same thing with the countertops. These laminate countertops, they look like they're in good condition. The cupboards look like they're in good condition. It looks like there's been also a lot of people interested. Look at all the cards there. So you know there's something going on here when you see all those cards. Other people are having the same vision I am here, and that is of a little bit of a gold mine here. And it comes down to this kind of living room with the pellet stove. That's kind of cool. I don't know, I'm kind of neither here nor there on that personally, but you know, it doesn't scare me. You can always take it out, but it might be cool to have. So again, it's like little holes in the wall over here, definitely needs paint. It's not a very clean place, but I'm using my imagination, and I can see kind of a gold mine here eventually, if you've got the patience and kind of the ability. So again, this is just some old linoleum floor that you could scrape up, put something else down. Not a huge project, not a huge expense. Again, paint. So this would be your laundry room, your utility room, which is pretty cool to have. That's pretty awesome as a bonus here. It's right near the garage. Here we go, we're going into the garage. Turn on the light here, and then you can see some gaps coming in from that garage door. So that would be a big expense here, is those garage doors being replaced at some point, but it looks like they're holding tight, and so they're functional. Other than that, the slab here in the garage looks fairly decent to me. And it's a good sized garage here, a 2-car garage. Looks like an older water heater, and then you got kind of some attic space up here. So finally, let's go take a look in the backyard and see what we can see. All right, I'm gonna go out here in the back. And it's kind of got an odd shaped lot. It's on a cul-de-sac, so I think that kind of affects the lot shape. Let's see, you got this deck out here. It actually looks like it's Trex, which is good. So kind of a composite wood, but you can see it's kind of warped in places. Trex usually lasts for quite a long time, and the Trex itself is in good condition, but it's just kind of warped over here. So Of course, there's going to be some things that we maybe don't know about that are going to come up in inspection that we just can't predict. But just overall, so yeah, a good size yard, kind of like an A-shaped yard. It's got some nice trees here. It goes back quite a ways. You know, the fence can be repaired, but it's standing. There's some good privacy with these laurels, so you don't feel like the neighbors are kind of looking into your yard. And so you can probably do quite a lot with this yard. And the deck, you know, now that I'm standing on it, you know, even though it's warped, it feels, you know, pretty sturdy. So that's good. I'm trying to get a better look at the roof here and just seeing if it's kind of just dirty and needs to be washed. I'm not sure, but typically these metal roofs have a longer lifespan. They also have the solar panels up there. Let's see, yeah, kind of strange on a house like this, like a foreclosure, that they would kind of splash out for those solar panels. But the siding looks in good shape. In general, like the bones of the place seem to be intact. Here's a little side yard here. So overall, just on first glance, kind of like it's got definitely some warts and we don't know the whole story. But in general, looks like some gold here in Hazel Dell West. All right, so there you have it. That's what you can get in Vancouver for under $400,000. A detached single family home. They're not very common, and when you do find them, they're similar to this one. So they're gonna need a lot of work. So I'm not gonna lie, this house wouldn't be for everybody, but for a first timer, an upsizing family, an investor, so anyone who's willing to kind of put in that work to kind of revitalize the home, do some cosmetic updates that don't require a lot of like construction skill, but do require a little bit of handiness or at least the ability to learn. I know I've done that myself. So for me and my style, this would be something I'd be super interested in because the best part about it and the part that you can't fix is where it's at. So in West Hazel Dell, where I'm at right now, just close to Jason Lee, this place would be a gold mine for the right kind of buyer. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Super helps the channel, and I look forward to bringing you more useful content like this, and see you next time on Discover Vancouver, Washington. So how much did that home in Hazel Dell end up selling for? Well, the listing agent and I were texting back and forth, and she let me know that they had received 11 offers on that place, with several of them exceeding $420,000. So I never got a actual concrete answer on what the final offer that was accepted was. But at 420, with the amount of work and expense you're gonna have to do to put that, to make that livable and what you want, you're gonna be just at market value. So there's not a ton of meat on the bone, and I'm not sure I would recommend any of my buyers to put that much towards that house. In my thoughts, I would think that 400 would probably be the max I would go on that, given how much work it needed. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you soon. Bye.